Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Raheem Escalai. This is 413 Sports Talk. It is Monday, April 12, 2021, and I have quite a show for you. Episode 23, Mike Jordan, yay, yay, squish. Episode 23, I have some Western Mass sports to get into, scores from the Major League Baseball, the National Hockey League, and the NBA. Also, we have a little discussion to talk about the draft order in the NFL and my Western Mass Sports High School Football Power Rankings. Rankings, spelled Rahnkings. Rankings. Tried to throw my name in there. Don't worry. Sorry if I startled you a little bit. So yeah, we're going to get into scores throughout the different sports. We are going to get into we're going to talk about some of the games that's going on in Western Mass High School sports later this afternoon as well. And we are going to talk about those high school football power rankings. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Western Mass Sports, I have for you. Looks like it's going to be a big day today with girls volleyball. Sabas and Southwick square off at 5 o'clock. Frontier squares off with Turner's Falls at 5:30. Mayhar and Greenfield also at 5:30. Athol plays Pioneer Valley. And Mohawk Trail and Franklin Tech square off at 5:30. Big day in girls high school volleyball. Shout out to all those women, all those young women getting ready to suit up and hit the volleyball court. Shout outs to all you guys. Have fun today, and I know not everyone can win, but I still wish you all the best. I still wish you all a victorious Monday night. So that's what we have for girls volleyball. Girls swimming, the swimming teams of Belchertown and Amherst will get together today, as well as the boys swimming teams for Amherst and Belchertown. The times for those matches are to be announced as of now, so we don't have too much extra information on the times of when the swimming events will start. But as soon as I know, I will post them and I will get it back to you. Moving on to girls indoor track, Amherst and Chicopee, those teams square off at 4 o'clock. South Hadley and Chicopee Comp also start at 4. Northampton and Holyoke are at 4:30. And now we're moving on to boys indoor track. Holyoke and Northampton at 4:30. Chicopee Comp and South Hadley at 4. And Chicopee versus Amherst, that also starts at 4. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, the Western Mass High School Football Power Rankings. It's interesting. We're gonna talk a little bit about this before I actually get into the rankings. Of the top 18 teams that I have ranked, the 10 is the top 10 is the meat of it. This is where the best teams are. I ranked pretty much all the schools out here. A list of 18, but we're gonna just do the top 10. These rankings were judged based on team play, offensive production, defensive production, and how the teams have fared win-loss wise, points scored, how good their defense has performed. So, without further ado, we're getting ready to get into this. If you have any inquiries into these rankings, any disagreements, should there be a team on the top list that I should include, please feel free to comment. Please feel free to message me and let me know. But let's get into it. Excuse me. Sitting pretty at the top spot, number 1, I have the Central Eagles. Though they are 1-0, and they had some issues with COVID, somebody contracting COVID on their team. They had to pause for a little bit. The Central Eagles are the Golden Eagles, excuse me. They're loaded on both sides of the ball. Josiah Griffin on defense. We have William Watson III at quarterback. Marcus is the running back. Marcus Crawford, I'm sorry. He's a great guy. I had a chance to interview him last week. He will be on the Central Golden Eagles offense as well. And I'm really looking forward to Central's matchup against Holyoke. The boys haven't played for a while. I hope they're focused. They're getting ready to jump on the road and go out there to Holyoke and play the Scarlet Knights. So I can't wait to see that game and what happens with the Central Golden Eagles going forward. Good coffee. South Hadley, we had at 3-0. Excuse me. Drop the document. South Hadley, we had at 3-0. Last week they did not play. They were 7th on my list of rankings, but today they've moved to 2nd place with a very nice 3-0 record. Number 3 on our list is Minnechaug. Minnechaug is 3-1. Moving on to the 4th team on our list, Long Meadow. They're 3-1 as well. We have Ware coming in at number 5 with a 3-1 record. And this is where the list starts to get interesting. The sixth team on my power rankings are the Greenfield Green Wave. They are 2-0 and recently have just hopped into the rankings. I had Wacona sitting. I had Wacona sitting at 6 last week when I did my ratings, and they're a tough squad. They score a lot of points. They play good defense, but Wacona's only had one game to their credit so far. I know some could say, well, there must be some type of bias because Central's ranked number 1, but Central is really the best team out there. It's everybody pales in comparison, but that doesn't mean that these kids aren't going to improve their play and step it up. Number 7, I have the West Springfield Terriers coming in at 2-0. Athol is at 2-0, ranked 8th. Northampton takes the cake at the number 9 spot, and they're 2-1. And the 2-1 Scarlet Knights of Holyoke come into the fray with my rankings this week. Last week, Agawam, Ware, excuse me, and Long Meadow were at the we're in the rankings, and Agawam fell out. Westfield was in the rankings last week, and they fell out as well. So, just a real quick review to go over my top 10. Central at number 1, South Hadley 2, Minnechaug 3, Long Meadow 4, Ware 5th, Greenfield 6th, West Springfield 7th, Athol 8th, Northampton 9th, and Holyoke rounding out the top 10 list at 10. With a couple honorable mention, East Hampton's 11th. I had Wacona in there because they're undefeated, but they haven't played as many games as some of the other teams that are on the top 10 rankings list. Agawam, Westfield, Mayhar, Belchertown, East Longmeadow, Ludlow, Franklin Tech, Frontier. Those are the schools that round out the bottom half of my Western Mass Sports High School Football Power Rankings. Again, if you did not hear your team on there, if I got something wrong, if there was a fact wrong, or anything of that source, please let me know. And we will talk about it, have it corrected, and put into the show. There are your Western Mass Sports updates, power rankings. Now we move on to the national sports. In the NBA, the Atlanta Hawks beat the Charlotte Hornets 105-101 as LaMelo Ball continues to sit on the bench. Boston Celtics beat the Denver Nuggets 105-87. In the middle of the fourth period, the Celtics went on a very impressive 31-3 run, which included Jason Tatum going 2 for 2 from behind the arc. Congratulations to those Boston Celtics. New Orleans Pelicans over the Cleveland Cavaliers 116-109. Milwaukee Bucks over the Orlando Magic 124-87. Wow. New York Knicks beat the Toronto Raptors 102-96. San Antonio scrapes by the Dallas Mavericks 119-117. Indy over Memphis 132-125. Those Pacers know how to score. And the Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Chicago Bulls 121-117. Moving on to the NHL, we have Buffalo Sabres beating Philly 5-3. Vegas over Arizona 1-0. Colorado over Anaheim 4-1. Pittsburgh over New Jersey 5-2. Washington over the Boston Bruins 8-1. The Islanders beat the Rangers 3-2, and Nashville beat Dallas 3-2. That closes out the NHL scores. Moving on to Major League Baseball. The Red Sox and J.D. Martinez had a big day with their 14-9 victory. J.D. Martinez smacked 3 home runs, came off the COVID list and said, you know what, boys, I'm ready to play. Let's go. Homer, crack, homer. 3 home runs for J.D. Martinez today. And that's about it. That's about it for those Boston Red Sox. I really like what they did. Swept the Orioles. This is the second series that the Boston Red Sox have swept. So if that's any indication on how the season's going to go. Oh my God. I'm so excited I can't even contain it. Okay, moving on. Pittsburgh Pirates over Chicago Cubs 7-1. Cleveland Indians over the Detroit Tigers 5-2. The Mets and the Miami Marlins were rained out for a delay. That game will be rescheduled, and the time is to be announced. So as soon as I get that, I will get it to you. The Yankees beat the Tampa Bay Rays in 10, 8-4. The Royals beat the White Sox in extras 4-3 in 10 innings. Seattle Mariners notch a win over the Minnesota Twins 8-6. Milwaukee Brewers beat St. Louis 9-3. San Diego beats Texas 2-0. Arizona beats Cincy 7-0. Los Angeles Dodgers end up beating the Nationals 3-0. The Los Angeles Angels and the Toronto Jays were rained out. As you know, Toronto cannot play sports in Canada. Canada, due to COVID, has already said no for sporting events. So the Blue Jays were playing in borrowed fields, and their borrowed field in Florida got rained out. Usually where they play their spring league ball. So it's unfortunate that game got rained out, and once that time is made evident, I will bring it back to you guys. We have the San Francisco Giants over the Colorado Rockies 4-0, and that, my friends, wraps up your scores for professional sports. This morning, 413 Sports Talk, I get a chance to sit down with the East Longmeadow Spartans head basketball coach. He also coaches cross country. He's also the assistant track and field coach for the school. And his name is Coach Brendan Abad. And I have a chance to sit down with him this morning at 11:30. Also going on tonight, I get a chance to sit down with the University of New England's own Bobby Johnson. Coach Bobby Johnson is the offensive line coach for the University of New England Nor'easters, and he is the owner and head of the Johnson Offensive Line Academy. I get a chance to sit down with him at 6 o'clock tonight and talk football, pick his brain with a huge slew of questions, and I really look forward to that. My interviews for tonight end with a kid who is one of the top JV quarterbacks in the country. From Downers Grove, Illinois, quarterback Owen Lansu. So tonight I get a chance to sit and talk with one of the top signal callers at his level, and get to pick his brain and see how he thinks. We get to talk about his mechanics, his gameplay, his film, and a whole lot more. So that would conclude episode 23 of 413 Sports Talk. Please like, share, follow, subscribe. We are also on YouTube. And if there's anything I missed, anything you wanted included in here, a fact I got wrong, something that you disagree with about a team, one of my rankings, or anything like that, please feel free to comment or send us a message, and we will have that adjusted and fixed. My name is Rahim Escalai. This was 413 Sports Talk, episode 23. I am out. I wish you much love, and I hope you have a good day.